Nate Marchand, Personal Journal. After managing to avoid an on-air riot today, we dropped off my guests in Texas and flew Uber-Moguera back across the border to northern Mexico. Night had fallen. Jimmy brought up a radar on the view screen, which was peppered with multiple green blips and one red blip. Kaguya walked onto the bridge and sat next to her new husband, looking at him lovingly, a big smile across her face. Ugh. Middle school levels of disgust welled up in my chest.
What is our mission?
Our?
Yes. Now that James and I are married, we do everything together.
Well, lucky for you, this critter doesn't have a taste for humanoid females.
Agreed, James. That was a low point in our relationship. But being a newlywed has taught me much about human sexuality, so now
The amount I care about the details of my friends' sex lives is also a Godzilla movie. -1. Anyway, we're tracking an octopus monster that escaped the island and returned to Mexico. There are hundreds of them roaming the country, but we're looking for one with a tracker implanted in it. He's the red blip there. Codename Gareth. Hey, blame the board for the name. Let's get this over with. A few minutes later, there was a low rumble as Jimmy landed Uber-Moguera, the herd of creatures scattering to get out of the way. The view screen switched to an outside camera that zoomed in on a particular kaiju. Aha, there's our monster. How's your new capture system, Jimmy? A targeting reticle appeared on the screen and turned red as it locked onto Gareth. Let him have it! A dart shot from Uber-Moguera's pylon arm and stabbed Gareth's skin. The creature convulsed as electricity surged through his body until he passed out a few seconds later. As our Japanese friend Seono Gasawara, Yatta! Signal Ricky to send his... What hit us? Kaguya staggered with that impact as she rushed to a nearby computer console and tapped a few buttons.
Another creature is attacking the mecha. It is a big one.
Get it off us! Godzilla The view screen shattered as a glowing tentacle as thick as a tree trunk smashed through it. I dove behind a console, and Jimmy drew his laser pistol and fired. The tentacle didn't even flinch. It whipped sideways, knocking Jimmy to the floor. I couldn't see Kaguya as I crawled around to check on Jimmy, who was 10 feet away. He rattled his head as he reached for his weapon, but the creature's searching tentacles slunk toward him. Before I could yell a warning...
Stop!
Kaguya jumped between Jimmy and the tentacle, arms outstretched. The appendage illuminated Kaguya's body as it approached, rising curiously toward her face. I slowly stood to get a better look at what was happening. Kaguya's expression was stern and defiant. I wondered if she even felt fear. The tentacle seemed to stare into her eyes. Kaguya lowered her arms, and her hands slowly rose toward the tentacle. She raised her other hand to shush me. The tentacle, as if sensing her presence, touched Kaguya's first hand. She closed her eyes. A flash of light surged through the tentacle.
I understand. I will tell them.
The tentacle moved away and retracted through the hole in the view screen. Moonlight filled the bridge. Jimmy stood and tapped a button to silence the alarm. What just happened?
The larger creature attacked us, because the one we incapacitated is its mate that it selected after coming to Mexico.
And how do you know that?
The creature told me.
What? Are you telepathic?
I am not. But the creature spoke to me when we touched.
How the heck did the kaijuologist not know these monsters could do that?
Perhaps it is my unique Zillian physiology.
Sure. Is that why you threw yourself at the creature?
No. I simply wanted to save James. However, when the creature did not attack me, I touched it hoping to establish a connection.
Yeah, but how did you know you could communicate with it?
It was... what do you humans call it? Woman's intuition.
You mean a wild guess?
That is an insufficient description. When the creature saw me step in to protect my mate, it saw me as a kindred. That is why it was willing to listen to me.
Jimmy, I'm amazed the mic in your helmet still works after literally getting whipped. Alright, I get it, but we still have to send Gareth back to the island. Kaguya, the one you talked to, is he, she, whatever, going to fight us over that?
No. It will go with the other back to the island.
I'll let Ricky know to send enough drones for 2. I'm sure the board will appreciate having a mating pair of this species on the island. Great. Another happy couple. In the meantime, let's get ready to go home. Finally. This mecha has seen better days. How long are you gonna need to fix it? Alright, let's get started.
Let us handle it.
Okay, I'll just be in my room doing what I do best. Researching useless knowledge. Before either of them could reply, I walked away and exited the bridge. This obnoxious chapter of my life was finally coming to an end. And maybe it should be my last. End journal entry. MIFV, episode 106, Epilogue, Kindred Intuition, starring Nathan Marchand as MIFV Nate and Rebecca Olivia Hodges as Kaguya. Written, directed, produced, and edited by Nathan Marchand. Music tracks included Monster Heat and Mystery by Dave Feslian and Abandoned by God by Ro Taka. Sound effects sourced from freesound.org and created by JP Gant. Our story segments were made possible by the generous MIFV Max members on Patreon, including executive producer Damon Noyes. This is a fan production and no copyright infringement is intended or implied. All characters, video clips, and audio clips belong to their respective copyright holders. MIFV is a Moonlighting Ninjas media production and a proud member of Pod Nation. Thank you for listening. Next time in the season finale, Ignoble Sacrifice.